The Fed, of course, not the only central bank with a big decision to make this week. The choices made in the emerging markets will have a big influence on the Forex trade. Sara Eisen explains. Sara?
Hi, Scarlett. Well, the question here for currency investors is emerging markets versus major economies. Are emerging markets really leading the way toward recovery? Are they hiking interest rates sooner? Are they withdrawing stimulus? These questions are really key for investors, not just currency investors, but emerging markets investors, too. I asked Win Thin of Brown Brothers Harriman. He covers the emerging markets currencies, and he says it's really the same story as the major developed economies, and that is it depends on where in the world you are. Diverging policies is the key theme here. Now, today, we will hear from Indonesia's central bank meeting on rates. Also, tomorrow, the Philippines, Czech Republic, Iceland, and Peru. Nobody here is expected to raise rates. Iceland, in fact, is still loosening monetary policy, expected to cut rates. But the outlooks will be scrutinized, and there's a noticeable shift here developing on the scope for further interest rate hikes here in the emerging markets world. And here's the key, says Win Thin. The countries that will likely lead out of the recession and start tightening monetary policy are those that depend less on trade. In other words, countries with strong domestic markets like Brazil, like Indonesia, like Poland. These markets have not had to rely so much on the U.S. and other parts of the developed world for their exports, much like Eastern Europe, Thailand, the Philippines. So that will really be key toward monetary policy divergences here going forward. Now, emerging markets currencies have been on a roll lately. They've been very strong, and a lot of it has to do with the weak dollar trade. Low interest rates in the U.S. means that investors search for higher returns in places like emerging markets. So the outlook for these currencies really depends a lot on what the Federal Reserve has to say. If the Fed does not tweak its language about policy being on hold for an extended period of time, that could add further fuel for the rally here in emerging markets currencies. Scarlett.
It all comes back to the Fed. Thank you so much, Sara Eisen, for us.